Hey guys, it's Kelly Ann, and it's not Friday. I kind of missed it this week, and I honestly can't really remember why. I don't remember. I think I was just tired or something. I don't know. Time got away from me. Anyways, I was also supposed to record this yesterday, and some stuff kind of like happened, so I didn't get to do it. So doing it today, it's gonna be fast, furious, quick. I guess let me really quick address the other 15% that I had mentioned. I don't think I'm gonna end up doing a separate video for it, but basically, I don't know, I think like the last 3 or so months where I've kind of been a little bit more sporadic with my posting on Fridays, it's just been trying to I phrase it as figuring out my place in the community, and I still kind of feel that way, I guess. But I haven't left as many of the Facebook groups as I probably should. I haven't posted in them in a really long time, but it's still so negative. Like, I literally, in one of the groups, saw admins bullying somebody because they asked a simple question about a swap, and that was shocking to me. And then after the person had already been like kicked out and like abused by all of these people, including the admins, they like posted like the private messages and stuff. I don't know. It was insane. But like that kind of stuff really has been bothering me. And like people are still acting stupid and Stitch Mania about different things and like announcing whenever they're gonna leave, and which that causes issues. And it's literally like, well, you said your opinion, and so I get to say mine. And it's like, it's just this constant back and forth bickering. And I just want to be like, people, we're all adults. Like, and just because you want to voice your opinion doesn't mean that it's always the best decision, or that you should just because you can. Like, I don't know. I guess if you don't have anything nice to say, don't say anything at all isn't a thing anymore, and the golden rule isn't a thing anymore. I don't know. But it's been bothering me, I guess. That's part of it. I've had plans over the last several months to do some collab videos, and I don't know. I know that everybody gets busy and stuff, but it's like whenever you reach out to like, hey, when do you want to do it? When are you free? It's kind of like, well, I'm not free this day anymore, but it's never followed up with I'm a free on this day or whatever. I don't know. It just kind of seemed like I don't know. I guess like getting blown off, and like to a point I get it, but I don't know. After a while it kind of starts to hurt, I guess. And then like my channel, I love doing this, and none of this is for the numbers, but and I've said that, like, I'm never going to be a big channel, and I'm totally fine with that. I would rather stay really small and really positive the way that it is, but it does kind of confuse a person when every time you post a video, you lose like between 5 and 10 people every single time. And it would be more, I guess, apparent if it was every time I posted like an ASMR video or a minimalism video, or whenever I sometimes post a cooking video or anything really random. But it doesn't happen as often whenever I post those. It's whenever I post FlossTube videos. And so I don't know. I guess all of it happening at one time, it was just kind of like, where do I fit in anymore? Like, things are changing. The climate of the, of the community, the cross-stitch community as a whole, I feel has kind of changed a little bit, and I don't know if I'm changing with it and people just don't like that I'm not changing with it. I'm just gonna keep doing me, and I know those of you that have been following me for a long time and still watching me from a long time, or just now finding me, it's very positive here, and I like that it's small. So like I said, it's nothing to do with the numbers themselves. it was like an accumulation of all three of those things that I was just kind of like, is it me? Like, do I just not really function with the way the community is? And you know, in the end, I just kind of have to get over that, because I'm going to do me, and I'm going to do my channel the way that I want to do it and the way that I am. And those of you that have been around for a long time, and those of you that haven't been around since the beginning but have been around for a long time or not a long time, whatever, those of you who stick around, you know, y'all seem to like that. But yeah, I think like you just get in your head about it, I guess, a little bit. And I guess the other thing for me was nobody else is talking about some of this stuff. Like, sometimes you also like feel like you're kind of alone, because nobody's talking about it. So you feel like you're the only one dealing with some of this stuff, or, nobody wants to talk about the issues with the Facebook groups and people acting idiots. Like, stuff was said at the very beginning, but it's still happening. And I think a lot of people are just kind of like pushing it under the rug and not wanting to talk about it to not be controversial and stuff. But I mean, I think part of the problem is because we aren't talking about it. But I mean, really, I'm not going to call out individual people. I'm not going to say who is being bullied or what group that was in or whatever. I mean, if you're a part of it, then you might know what I'm talking about. But, you know, we're all adults. Like, I mean, people say that it's like the younger generation, but it's more often people older than me acting like that than not. So it's just sad for me to see, like, regardless of age, that those kinds of comments are being taken to that level. I mean, we're all just literally trying to share our passion. And if it's not your cup of tea, block a person. If they have certain types of, you know, opinions or questions or whatever, like, block them. I don't know what to tell you. I mean, I get annoyed in those types of groups that are supposed to be about stitching questions and posting pictures of your stitching, and people just babble about random things. That annoys me more than anything, but I don't leave comments about it. You know, there's no point. Like, it's not hurting anybody, and other people don't care. It's a me thing. I just keep scrolling. Like, I don't understand why we can't be adults. Anyways, that's kind of what that other 15% was that I was talking about 2 weeks ago. I was going to make a longer video about it and get more into detail, but the more I really like, and I keep on looking out my window because I think it's about to like hardcore storm, but I was going to make a longer video and go into more detail about it, but the more I thought about it and the more I've been trying to do my videos more, like go back to doing them and stuff like that, I don't know. I didn't see a point in making it its own video and harping on it that much, because, you know, I could in a more concise way say how I was feeling. So, anyways, last week I spun to work on my oldest whip again and my closest to a finish. And so last week I was working on Victoria Sponge and I was finishing up Michael Powell, and I ended up finishing Michael Powell. So I actually really like the way that it looks with the thicker outlining in the border and then the thinner on the inside. Would not have been able to do the thicker outlining on the inside for sure, but I do like that depth that it gives it. So I'm really excited that this is finished. So excited. It looks so good. The outlining though is a nightmare. It's a nightmare. That pattern is not easy to read as far as the outlining goes. So it's a lot of hit or miss and guessing and looking at like the finished like pixeled picture on the pattern. It's a lot of that, and trying to just, you kind of guesstimate some of it and try to like figure it out. So then The rest of the week, I did work a little bit on my ionomy for my friend, but I accidentally left it at work because I have been trying to work on it at lunchtime at work. But I started filling in the N. So right now I have the I and the first O filled in and good to go. I have the N and the second O outlined. So I started filling in the N, and I got about halfway up on like the first, you know, line of the N. So it's not a whole lot to show, but I have been working on that, and I think I'm just gonna keep that one in my bag at work to try and get that one finished, and maybe work on it in the evening, like 1 or 2 nights a week or something like that. But yeah, so I can't show that one. But I also worked on Victoria's Sponge, and I literally finished putting in the last stitch like super late Sunday. But this is now done. So this is no longer my oldest whip. Now my oldest whip is my Hogwarts crest, which has like maybe 35 stitches in it. It has this little highlighter dot, but that's not going to be in the frame, so it doesn't matter. And then the other one from last time, you can lightly see it at a certain angle, but really you can't. So I was really, really, really lucky in where that highlighter sprayed everywhere. So yeah, that's really fun. I'm glad to have that finished. All right, so this weekend did something really fun. So a surprise video is coming out pretty soon. I need to finish editing it and get it ready, and then it will go up. But Benny, Stitchy, Michelle, and I worked on our heids while we did a Q&A type, just talking back and forth type conversation for y'all, kind of like a little stitch with us kind of thing. And so I did do a little bit of work on my haid, but you will see that whenever the video comes out. Other than that, this week I did spin the wheel, and it had me spin the furthest along wheel, which I'm so excited about. And I think it also told me my closest to a finish, I think. That, or it just said, oh, no it didn't. It said furthest along wheel and Stitcher's choice. So, and present, I think. Or it was, you know what guys? I think it was either present or closest to a finish, Stitcher's choice, and spin the furthest wheel. Regardless. For this week, I am going to be working on my fruit of the month. Okay, so I'm recording this at a weird angle, but I got this out last night. So this week I am working on fruit of the month, which I actually did spin the wheel and it landed on this. So I'm pretty excited because I've been wanting to work on this. And because I've finished so many things since I last worked on this, and because I got rid of some of my whips, I have almost all of the colors back in my floss box. So I finished pulling almost all the colors. I think I'm now only missing like 5, but I should be able to finish the strawberries and the pear and the apple now. So that's kind of like my goal, is to get these 3 finished for sure. And then the closest to a finish and or Stitcher's choice, I don't really remember, is my Pretty Little Hawaii. I don't have much left on this. Some buildings, I'm not unfolding this. All the threads are literally in here. But I have some of the buildings left to finish, the water along the bottom, and then on this side I just have the water along the bottom. So I am almost finished with that as well. And so right now I'm sitting at 12 finishes for the year, but I looked at my finishes, or my year of whips list, and I have finished stuff that was not on my year of whips list. I think out of my year of whips list, I've only finished like 5 or 6 items. So hopefully I start landing on some of those other ones that I actually wrote down. But even if I don't, I've been finishing stuff like crazy. And then also I did go ahead and adjust my spin wheel app. So all of my different wheels, I went and gave values to the different options, because there are some whips that I would rather work on over others. But also I kept landing on oldest whip and closest to a finish. So, but I was hardly ever landing on, you know, like spin, blah, 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 wheel or whatever. So I gave spin furthest along and least along wheel. I made those a little bit bigger. I made my height a little bit smaller because Michelle and I are going to try and do those videos twice a month. So hopefully the height will come out at least 2 times a month, which will be really fun. So I wanted to like lessen its chance, so that way I don't feel like I don't want to do those videos. And so, you know, and I also made new starts smaller because I really do want to get a lot of these whips gone. As much as I want to start some new stuff, it has been really nice being able to lessen my whip list. You know, I think now I'm at like 35, which feels fantastic. You know, it's not going to go down significantly overnight. It did not go, actually, I mean, our whips go up almost overnight, but they don't go down almost overnight. So, so yeah, so I did that, and I'm really happy with that. So, last thing, I did get my fabric for my Baker's Dozen Club. And so this month's 32 count 18 by 27 from Pictures Plus is in truffle. And I thought this was supposed to have a lot more brown in it than what it does, but it is a really nice like blushy pink. Camera's making it look more brown than what it is. It's definitely kind of a light rose pink color. I really, really, really like it. I don't know what I'm going to use this for yet, but I really love the coloring. It looks gorgeous. And the free gift were floss keys, 25 chipboard floss holders. I will probably I'll probably put these aside to do in a giveaway or something, because they are a little bit bigger than my bigger floss bobbins, which means they aren't going to easily fit in my box, and I don't put my flosses on a metal ring, so I can't really use them very easily. So yeah. Anyways, that is this week. That's what I'm going to be working on, and the next video is going to come at you pretty fast, because I am going to try and still do Friday's video. And I don't know yet, because I waited until Monday to switch my projects, because I was so close to finishing Victoria Sponge on Sunday that I had to keep going. So I don't know if I'm going to just not spin the wheel for the next week, because the weekend of Labor Day I'm going out of town to go dove hunting, so I'm not gonna get to stitch that weekend anyways. So I might just keep the wheel spin. Basically, I might try to finish Hawaii, work on ionomy, and work on fruits for the rest of this week and possibly next week. And I'm totally happy with that. Again, I don't know. We'll see what happens. But anyways, those are my thoughts on a couple different things. I hope you enjoyed this video. And if you are new and you don't find me annoying, hit subscribe. Give the video a like. If you want to give it a dislike, how about you just not? I didn't force you to watch it. So I will see y'all Friday. Bye, guys.